Foods with high BPA and toxicity. Bisphenol A, BPA, contamination in food typically arises from its use in food packaging, especially in items that meet plastic or epoxy resin linings. Common foods and beverages with higher risks of BPA exposure. 1. Canned foods. Cans are often lined with epoxy resins containing BPA to prevent corrosion and contamination from the metal. Foods with high BPA levels include soups, particularly those packaged in metal cans. Vegetables, canned green beans, peas, corn, and tomatoes. Fruits, canned peaches, pineapples, and pears. Canned meats, tuna, salmon, and chicken. Condensed milk, used in baking or coffee. 2. Beverages in cans. Sodas. Aluminum cans for soda often contain BPA in their lining. Beer. Bottled beer is safer, as canned beer may have BPA contamination. Energy drinks and teas. Some are packaged in BPA-lined cans. 3. Plastic packaged foods and drinks. Bottled water, especially when stored in warm conditions or in bottles marked with recycling codes 3 or 7. Ready-to-eat meals. Prepackaged meals in plastic containers may leach BPA during heating. Juices, stored in plastic bottles, especially under heat. 4. Processed or packaged foods. Microwavable meals. Trays and containers often contain BPA, especially when heated. Snacks and baked goods, wrapped in plastic or stored in plastic containers. Infant formula. Some baby formula containers are lined with BPA, though regulations have reduced its prevalence. 5. Canned and jarred baby foods. Baby food stored in BPA-containing lids or cans poses risks, especially for infants. 6. Miscellaneous. Condiments, ketchup, mustard, and sauces in jars or bottles with BPA-containing lids. Powdered drink mixes, packaged in containers with BPA-lined lids. How to reduce BPA from food sources. Opt for fresh, frozen, or dried foods instead of canned goods. Use glass, stainless steel, or BPA-free containers for food storage. Avoid microwaving food in plastic containers. Look for packaging labeled as BPA-free. Prefer beverages in glass bottles or cartons over plastic or cans. Bisphenol A, BPA, is a chemical commonly found in various consumer products, such as plastics, epoxy resins, and food packaging materials. It has been under scrutiny for its potential toxic effects on human health. An overview of BPA toxicity and its links to disorders. 1. Sources of BPA exposure. Plastic containers and bottles, especially when heated or scratched. Food and drink packaging. Canned goods, as epoxy resins line many cans. Thermal paper, used in receipts. Dental sealants and composites. 2. Mechanism of toxicity. BPA is an endocrine disruptor, meaning it can interfere with the hormonal systems of the body by mimicking or blocking the action of natural hormones, particularly estrogen. This disruption can lead to a variety of adverse effects, even at low doses. 3. Disorders linked to BPA exposure. Reproductive disorders. Female reproductive system. Polycystic ovary syndrome, POS. Reduced fertility. Early onset of puberty. Male reproductive system. Reduced sperm quality. Testosterone imbalances. Developmental disorders. Effects on fetal development, including low birth weight and developmental delays. Behavioral problems in children, such as ADHD and autism spectrum disorders. Metabolic disorders. Obesity. BPA has been linked to fat accumulation and altered metabolism. Diabetes. It may impair insulin function and glucose metabolism. Cardiovascular disorders. Hypertension, high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, and increased risk of heart disease. Neurological disorders. Cognitive and memory impairments. Mood disorders, anxiety, and depression. Immune system effects. BPA can influence immune responses, leading to increased susceptibility to infections and autoimmune disorders. Cancer. Hormone-sensitive cancers such as breast and prostate cancer. 4. Vulnerable populations. Pregnant women and their fetuses. Infants and children due to their developing systems. Individuals with chronic illnesses or pre-existing hormonal imbalances. 5. Regulations and alternatives. Many countries have restricted BPA in baby bottles and other products for children. Alternatives like BPS, Bisphenol A, and BPF are marketed, but they may also pose health risks. 6. Reducing BPA exposure. Avoid plastic containers labeled with recycling codes 3 or 7. Use glass, stainless steel, or BPA-free plastics for food and drink storage. Do not microwave plastic containers. Limit consumption of canned foods and choose fresh or frozen alternatives. Wash hands after handling receipts.